afternoon, Sarah Hall with ABC News. Former Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull has criticised the Governor-General for not publicising Scott Morrison's ministerial expansion. Mr Morrison appointed himself to 5 additional ministries from 2020 to 2021, although Parliament and the Australian public were not told. The Solicitor-General confirmed the Governor-General could not refuse to appoint Mr Morrison, even if he was concerned about the secrecy. Mr Morrison says the appointments could have at least been registered in his public diary.
The Governor-General could have said it was absolutely within his authority and discretion to say, I'm going to put these matters onto my, note these matters in my calendar. I'm going to make them public. He could have easily done that.
Federal Labor has blamed the previous coalition government for job losses at defence manufacturer Telus in Bendigo. More from Shannon Schubert.
The contract between Telus and the government to make Hawkeye vehicles is ending, meaning 29 staff at the Bendigo facility will lose their jobs next month. The federal government says it is in talks with Telus about future work and has blamed the previous coalition government for the job losses. The Manufacturing Workers Union says it wants to see proposed contracts fast-tracked so there are no gaps in production. A spokesperson for Telus says if the company's efforts to secure contracts is successful, there will be job growth.
The Australian Bureau of Statistics has found that nearly a quarter of women have been victims of emotional abuse or coercive control by a current or former partner. The ABS released the new analysis from its 2016 Personal Safety Survey. Hayley Foster is the head of Full Stop Australia, an organisation offering support to people impacted by sexual, domestic and family violence. She says the data is shocking.
On the front line, we're not surprised by it. We know that we have an endemic problem when it comes to intimate partner violence in this country, and this data sort of sheds some further light on that and some of the detail.
And if you're in an abusive situation or know someone who is, call 1-800-RESPECT. That's 1-800-737-732. If it's an emergency, call 000. Police believe a man killed his wife before taking his own life at a retirement village in Adelaide's northeastern suburbs. Authorities say a man and a woman, both aged 92, were found dead at the retirement unit in Glynde about 8 o'clock this morning. Police were called to the property by staff at the nursing home after they were unable to reach the pair during a routine checkup. Superintendent Matt Nan says the incident is being treated as a suspected murder-suicide.
Our police are still at the scene, and it is an ongoing investigation to determine the circumstances of what has occurred, but it appears rather tragic.
Youth justice advocates have expressed outrage after Freedom of Information documents revealed the NT government failed to adhere to a key youth detention monitoring policy for more than a year. More from Jano Gibson.
Independent observers were supposed to attend the NT's 2 juvenile prisons 28 times over a 14-month period. Instead, they visited just twice. Barrister John Lawrence says the time period coincided with a surge in self-harm incidents.
It's disgraceful, it's shocking.
Aboriginal legal academic Eddie Cabillo, who worked on the Royal Commission, has also condemned the lack of monitoring.
We're talking about children here.
Chief Minister Natasha Files says more should have been done.
I don't think that's acceptable.
The government has blamed the failures on the pandemic and recruitment difficulties. It says monitoring visits resumed last month.
Spring and its warmer temperatures are just around the corner, but rain is dampening the fire risk for most of the country. Kate Doyle from ABC Weather reports.
The majority of Australia has normal fire potential heading into spring. Soggy regions in eastern New South Wales and Victoria are below normal thanks to persistent and ongoing rain, where the vegetation is yet to recover from the 2019-2020 fires. But this is Australia. There is always somewhere with a high risk. Parts of Central Australia and northern WA do have above normal fire potential due to unusually abundant fuel loads brought on by the recent rain. But authorities are warning the relatively relaxed fire outlook doesn't mean we should be complacent. Deadly fires can still occur even in a normal year.
And a severe drought has exposed dinosaur tracks on a riverbed in the US state of Texas. They're 113 million years old and haven't been seen since 2000 as they sat underwater and several layers of sediment. I'm Sarah Hall. You're up to date with ABC News.